everybody's having a really good week this week. So this week, what's popping and dropping is a laundry room pop-up card. So if you guys would like, we can head over to Design Space and I'm going to show you everything that comes in this file. I'll meet you over there. Okay guys, when you open up the laundry room pop-up card, this is what you will find in the file. Here are just some different clothing items if you want to put in your washer or dryer. So if you want to add any additional pieces to your card, why don't you go ahead and do that. Don't forget to go up and name and save your project. And if you'd like, we can go ahead and get all of our pieces cut out. And I'll meet you at the craft table and I'll show you how to put it together. I'll see you there. Okay guys, now that we are back at the craft table, what we can do is go ahead and work our score line and put our pretty paper on. Now for the inside of my card, I wanted to do like a wallpaper and a different color for my flooring. So if you choose to do that, just keep that in mind when you're putting your pieces on to glue them onto your card base. So let's work the score line and go ahead and put our pretty pieces on. And our card is going to open like so this week. Alright, so we have our card base done and our pretty paper on. So now what we can do is get out all of our pieces for our laundry room. Okay, so here are our pieces for our washer and our dryer. What I think to give it some dimension to it, what I did was layered the side of where the clothes will be going into. You will need a piece of acetate or some sort of plastic and glitter, sequins, something if you want it to make it look like there's bubbles in your washer. I layered mine about 6 high for my washer and my dryer rings, and that to me gave enough depth in it to add my clothing and sequins or glitter, whatever you're going to use. So about right here, so you can see how wide it is, and I thought that was pretty good. So that again, that's just totally up to you of how thick you want to make this. Okay, a trick I did to make this easier to put my acetate on is I took my double-sided tape for my top 4 circles, which 2 of them are going to have the dashes on it if you're going to use that for the top, and then 2 will be plain. Okay guys, so this is the trick I did. Our circles are about 2 inches, so if we line them up, we need a piece of cardstock that's 4 by 4. So we'll take that cardstock that's big enough for our circles, and we're going to turn it over and just keep lining the double-sided tape on the back of our piece of cardstock. Then we'll flip it over, put it in our machine, and cut our 4 circles out on our cardstock. So doing it this way gives a nice clean cut of the tape and it makes it easier. So now all I have to do is peel the backing off of my cardstock and I can sandwich it in between my 2 pieces here. I'm going to take my backing off of my tape here. So I have the ring with nothing on it. That's going to be the back piece. And then I'm going to get a piece of my acetate here that I've already cut in a circle. And we're just going to line it up on our ring, like so. Okay. Then we'll take this backing off and then glue that on top. So now we have this off and we're just going to line it right up on top of our other piece here. Then what we'll do is just take our other and we are going to glue these one on top of each other. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we have our stacks done. Now all we do is take on the side that doesn't have our little markings and glue this onto our piece here. And if you get your acetate, like I just did, I got glue on there. Just take a little alcohol on a Q-tip and it will clean that right up. So we have our little ring done, and we can do our other one here. So we have these done. So let's set those aside, and we can work on our mechanism that will hold our washer and dryer. So if you're using two different pieces of paper, make sure you have your wallpaper that you're using at the top. This is our mechanism piece, and this is similar to our kitchen if you made the kitchen pop-up one. This is just a little bit different. So what we're going to do is work this long score line, and it will end up being a mountain fold. And then we have two score lines on the end here. Those will also be mountain folds. My green paper is 65-pound weight paper, and these two pieces are a little bit heavier. They're Cricut paper, and I want to say they're 85 or more. And then my brown card base, it is also 65 pounds. So now we have these two score lines left here, this one and then that one. So let's work those. Okay, so this is what it looks like when we're done folding it all, working those score lines. Now this piece, we're going to put glue on it, and we are going to place it on our back wall. And we're going to bump it right up to that score line like so. We don't want to go past that score line. I don't know if you can see that. There's my score line. I'm going to get it as close into that score line as possible. So glue I found best, that works best for this. So let's go ahead and put some glue on there. And I'm going to try to center this in my card base here. So when we have it glued on, this is what it's looking like from the bottom side. And then if I fold it forward, this is what it looks like. Now what we're going to do is fold this piece back flat onto our back wall. And then we are going to fold this guy down to the furthest score line away from us. And then the same for that center tab, we're going to do the same thing. Then what we're going to do is put glue on this tab, and this tab. And then we will fold our card shut and give it a good rub. So let's go ahead and do that. And then you can slowly open it up, and that is what we should have. Something that looks like a little stage. So for our washer and our dryer, we only need one of these tabs on the inside. So we can cut one off. So that's how it'll look. We just need one to connect it to the other. And then we can work all of these score lines. And this top one is going to be a valley, then it's going to be mountain, and the bottom one will also be a mountain. And the two side tabs, you don't have to work. So valley, mountain, mountain. Now what we can do is go ahead and put our little knobs on the top of our washer and dryer. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's my washer and how I put the knobs and things on it. And then I'm going to do my dryer here. So now we're going to take our white piece, and what we can do is use this for a guide to see where we want to glue our little pieces inside of our washer and dryer. So this one is going to be my dryer piece, so I'm not going to put anything else in it, and I'm just going to glue that around the rim here and then put that on top. Now we can get our other piece and then do the same thing with our washer. Now if you're going to use some thing to make it look like bubbles, I'm using just some chunky glitter here, and you don't need a lot. That'll probably do it for me. And then we can put some glue around our edge here and then glue our piece on top. And there we have it. Now if you want to put more in, by all means do so. I think I could have probably used a little bit more, but that's all right. Now we have that done, and we can set that guy aside. Now if you want, we can take our washer and our dryer and we can line them up with each other, and then we can put a little glue or tape on this tab and glue our washer and dryer together like so. Okay, so now we have our washer and dryer together. What we're going to do is take our two little bottom tabs on the each end, and we're going to glue it right on the base down here. So let's put a little glue on there and then put that down. And your two tabs on your washer and dryer should line up right on that long tab that goes out further. And then once you have it on there, you can just give it a good rub down. Now for this washer piece to be glued to our wall, we're going to push this forward, and then our little back part of our washer and dryer where the buttons are, we're going to lay it flat like so. And then we're going to put glue on just where our knobs are on the back side. So on these two little tabs here and here, we're going to put the glue, and then we're just going to push our card closed. There we go. Now I'm just going to put my card down on top of it. Anyway, give that a second to dry. And then when you open it up, there we have it. Now for our shelving, this is what it looks like. I did like a dark green. I'm kind of trying to do a like 70s vibe here. It should hit about like so. And if you want to wait until you put these on, you can do that. These are going to be little cabinets. So I'm going to go ahead and put my shelving down. So there's our shelf. Now for our little coverage that's going to go on the side, we have one score line. We can work it. This platform at the top will glue onto this little tab, and then down here at the bottom is where our shelf will glue onto this piece that's kind of sits back in off of our washer and dryer. So it'll go like so. So I'm going to put a little glue on this tab over here. And then that's how that looks. And then we'll put a little glue on the bottom of our round cabinet. And I've just turned this over so I can see. There's my glue, and now I'm just going to fold it back down. And you just want to let this just lay naturally. And give it a rub. And you are going to see some green or whatever you made this down here, like a baseboard down there. And then we just can do the other side. On this side, I chose to do just like a solid cabinet door. Put some glue on it. And then I'm just going to glue it right down on my brown piece here. And then on this piece, for the other side, I did 2 drawers. And then we can do the same thing to the other side to put our little cabinet down. There we go. We're looking pretty cute here. Okay, so now the rest really is just decorating the laundry room however you want. My washer piece I'm going to put on that side like so. Look how cute that's looking, guys. So we can decorate the front of our card if you want. I'm going to do this window like so. And then I have a curtain that goes on top of it. This piece that is our sink, and I'm going to glue it up here like so. And then our faucet, I'm going to lay it this way, will sit on like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put these pieces on. Okay guys, so here is our finished card. Look at the little suds and bubbles in here. I love that we can, makes it more fun. We got some socks in there and some underwear and a t-shirt. And then we open it up and look at this laundry room. I love it. It says, life may be messy now, but here's hoping everything comes out warm and fluffy. And look at all this goodness. We got some hangers, detergent, bleach, some spray over here, dryer sheets, and then we got clothes in the dryer and in the washer with some suds. You can see that, and then we got a laundry basket down here with some towels in it. I think this is super duper cute, guys. And then of course on the back we have a place where we can write a message. And we can add a whole bunch of stuff to this card if we wanted to. I love how the sink turned out with the little hand soap there, if you can see that. There we go. So guys, I think this really turned out cute. You guys, what did the hat say to the sock? I'll go ahead, you go on foot. Guys, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and crafting with me. Don't forget to stop by next week to see what's popping and dropping. Bye.